Richford. I haven't recorded probably in well over a week. We are done planting corn, other than replant. Christoph's thinking 20 acres we got to replant. He had to back the head up. He had a clump. So good and bad. We're done planting, but we're not done planting. But the big stress is gone. Now you just got to make sure it all comes out, which we got a good stretch of weather coming this week. So everything that we just now planted, we're not worried. And every wet hole that you normally worry about is dead, so it'll have to get replanted. And we're up here, we call this the Border Patrol field because, well, the guy that we bought it off of used to be a Border Patrol, or he still is, maybe? I'm not sure. I was really young when we bought this. But a lot of grass up here is going to the heifer barn. See, we're still running that head. We did end up buying it. It does feed noticeably better. Oh, Gerhardt's only right there. He was about just massive windrows and clumps that you get from the rake together. They don't go well. He's pulling stuff up from right there. We just have it happen. But Christoph said he could tell this head feeds better. But the main reason we ended up buying it is we got our old one fixed up for the most part. It's basically going to be a backup at this point because anyone that's worked on those front heads, you got the pine bars that hold the teeth, and then you got a center shaft that basically rotates the whole pickup. And that center shaft, it's kind of twisted like a corkscrew. Not a lot, maybe quarter to half inch, so I guess yes, it is a lot. But we had on the side that has the guides that flip the teeth, we had Christoph had to pull the bolts out and shift it back an inch, I think he said, to get it so it pick the teeth up at the correct point, or at least better, because we were having problems that the teeth weren't lifting when they should. So basically we rigged the head up again to work, but it's not something you want to put a couple thousand acres through every year. This is a used head. We're actually the third owners of it. Richie had it before us, before Pleasant Valley, and Pleasant Valley had it, now we have it. But it's way better shape than ours. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's who's had it before us. And we got a very fair price on it, so. We got backup, Phillips here waiting. We got Stan running the 200 on the dump wagon. Marcus wanted to, but because we're all the way up here in East Richford, I can't let him drive 16 miles away from the farm down the road in a dump wagon, so. Garrett's headed to the next field. There's so much feed that we ain't catching them. There's so much grass that with all the rain we got, a lot of it started falling over. I gotta go ahead a little bit. I start shooting at the back. So the mower had a lot harder of a time picking it up. That's why you see strands like that, because knives are sharp, but you can only pick up down grass so well. Right now I wish I had a third trailer. At least with these long hauls it's very, very nice, but for how wet it is though, that's only a small section that was wet. We've had it a lot worse before. But the dump wagon's gonna do those wet spots. I'm not running any floaters. I gotta be a little bit cautious where I go. Alex got her floaters on though. Yeah, I will. I gotta pick up Ferdy, I guess. He's done mowing for the day. Yeah, I just talked to him. So I was gonna have to pick up Ferdy, Christoph said, but he finished mowing up here. And we're 16 miles from the farm. So he figured he'd just drive it home because the next fields to mow tomorrow are like 7, 8 miles away from the farm. And instead of coming all the way up here to get the mower, he'll just drive from the home farm back. Hopefully the wind wasn't too much blowing around. This is a nice field to chop. Still got plenty more up here to do. Magnetic mount I got in here. It's not very big. There's like some aluminum on it. So hopefully it holds on good enough for you guys. Or not. Should probably. There you go.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's like 16 miles back to the farm, which is not bad. You just need a couple extra trucks than normal. But it's a bunch of fields, so it's not like we're just up there doing a couple or doing 1 or 2 fields. It's definitely a day's worth of work. And I definitely did record it when they were doing this road work. I think it's now 3-4 years. 3 years since they paved all this. And before that, it did suck. The frickin' road was so rough. I'm trying to hold the camera steady. definitely loaded heavy. A little green. I guess it's not bad at all. Just, I guess, the trailer definitely holds a lot of feet. Not as big as a live bottom, those hold more. But the Jake brake hasn't turned off for a mile, so these hills definitely takes a lot to hold back. And I know the camera doesn't look like a hill, and then someone that's in other parts of the country, they're like, those are not hills. And to them, it's probably true. But it still takes a lot to hold the truck back when you're loaded, even with these hills. So another reason, like when we get trucks, we try not to have them be under 500 horse, especially if it's a trailer truck, because it takes a lot of power to pull up them, and the bigger engines, normally they got the better Jake brakes, so you can hold back a lot better too coming down this, because even though the Jake brake hasn't turned off for 2 miles, at least 2 miles, I haven't touched the brakes once, and it's never been at an uncontrollable speed, so it definitely saves you a lot of money in the long run because you're not blowing through brakes. Because sometimes if you don't got a good Jake brake, you got to ride your brakes. And definitely gets expensive over the years having to always replace brakes. So for the amount of trucks we run, we definitely don't have to do brakes very often. I just went down this whole mountain. I didn't touch the brakes once. The other side of that mountain, though, that one's definitely way steeper at one point, and even a little bit farther up on this side, it's steeper. There's Matt. He came and helped today. I turned the camera off real quick, though. Now we're on the flats where all our cornfields are. This stuff's coming real nice on the right side here. This here on the left, that just got planted a couple days ago. This side, this field specifically, up there it's a lot drier. That got planted with this, but this section is just, he probably could have planted like 60% of it, but there's a couple humps here. And it just would have been a pain in the butt to plant just that dry stuff and then come back in and try to match up the rows, because it's just, it doesn't work.
Do you want me to come up there?
And then he had to come back out in this field right here, plant that one too. So he had a handful of acres out here he still had to plant. There's a wet hole there that he had to go around. It's just how it was this year, and they had a wet hole in the back. Well, I can tell you every single farmer in this area, and probably the Northeast, they're fighting the same battle. Definitely, we were hoping for a drier spring this year, since the last two have been ass kicking, and this one's been right up there giving uppercuts, so it sucked. Well, we got a little bit of dry weather here, finally. We even had here at Robert Sandpiers, about a quarter of the field, or at least a third of it, we had a, whoa! Holy fuck! Man, that hood's fucked now. Mother. Oh. Christoph, I just blew a steer tire.
On Phil's truck?
Yeah, right at Robert Sandpiers. Luckily, I'm fine, but I bet the hood isn't.
That sucks.
mother. Oh! Could have been worse, but that pisses me off. This hood was really nice. Even had really good tires on it. Like, really good tires. They're not that old. You can see. So dumb. Well, I'm just happy that the truck's not totaled. Fucking pissed about this. So mad. Birdie fixed up the black Western Star really good last year, but I don't know. Maybe we'll have that professionally fixed. Or Birdie will do a really good job again. Just fucking annihilated A-loader to pick this thing up. Alright, I gotta go. I'm busy. Bye. Well, at least he's got all his tires. So, yeah, Birdie's coming out with the payloader. We're gonna drag it to our, well, Robert Sampier's house. Because, well, that's who we bought this land off of a couple years ago, 2 years ago. So, he's got a harder driveway. We can not be on the side of the road working. Trying to change this out. Because luckily, there was a mini pull off right here, because this is a really bad blind spot. Because cars do come around that corner doing 50. But people come doing this way 50, and you got people meeting, and now there's only half a lane on this side. At least that's not on the whole, but just ridiculous. Alright, I think I got my rant over, but I'm pissed. Glad the truck's not totaled. Well, I might as well get a cover picture. I'm gonna be here for a while. I'm just glad that the left tire was able to hold it. And if you got wider tires, this is just the normal regular. If you got like the fatter ones on there that are really good for flotation in fields, if you lose one of your steers there, you're normally screwed. And you're there for the ride of the, wherever the truck wants to go, it's gonna take you, and it's normally to the side your tire blowout is, so you're going that way. So we would have, by best odds, took that guardrail for a sweet ride, totally annihilated everything on this right side. That is best case scenario, if other than what just happened is the best case. Worst case, because we were coming around the corner, at least that's where I'm pretty sure it happened. I don't remember in the moment. I was just holding it to the left. We would have jumped the guardrail because we would have been coming at it at an angle. Took the power line with us, because I'm pretty sure there's a telephone pole right where that tree is. So we would have took a power line down 20-25 foot drop, because there's a ditch right there, so it doesn't just level out here. So we would have took power into water off a cliff. Oh, I am just so glad that Henry wasn't with me, because he was with me last load. Oh my gosh, that could have been so much worse. Just throwing that in there too. Oh, well, everything's fine. This is fixable. That's fixable. We can have this truck going tomorrow. We'll fix this up tonight some. That way tomorrow it's not doing this all day. Yeah. Well, there's Alex. Christoph said they're definitely stopping. Oh, Christoph must be with them. Oh, yep, they just stopped right there. Birdie's on his way out with a loader. I did mention that.
It sucks, but
We should have it professionally fixed so it looks nice again. They can color match it. This hood had not a single flaw. It was so nice. But we gotta do something, otherwise it'll bounce tomorrow. They're not old. We just changed them, like, what, last year? They're still fully legal.
It's definitely legal.
We
didn't blow up on me going down to Middlebury.
Yeah, he went down to Middlebury a couple weeks ago to get a skid steer we bought. That would have sucked. You know, it happened right on the corner. That would have.
Did it? You must have held that fucking.
No, I pulled it to the left because it pulled me right.
Yeah, I know, but you must have pulled like a fucking.
I'm glad that would have been a hell of a fall.
You think that loader will pick it up?
We're gonna find out. I think the rim's fucked. I went from that corner to here.
You must hate your wings. They're pretty good. No skid marks up there.
There's Matt. Alright, he wants. I gotta put some triangles out. I think I got some. Put these bad boys out. Definitely forgot we had these in the cab, so I'll put these up there. It's starting to get darker. Maybe prevent an accident. Ugh. First I was down there taking a piss, if anyone was wondering. I got skid marks right here from the tire going flat. All the way up here. I don't remember exactly where it happened. Maybe I was already going straight. Maybe it happened right here. I don't know. Still. Oh no, it was up here. I got rubber. No, it was on this corner like I thought. Yeah. That's a 25-foot fall. Don't need that. No, I was all the way up here. There's rubber. And I got rubber up here. Right there. Yep, happened right on the corner like I thought. Oh, I wouldn't want to imagine. I think this guardrail would have held the truck. But I've seen plenty of videos of them going over. Heard he's here with the loader, so I better get down there. And no, I wasn't gonna make it into this driveway because with the trailers, we can only make it in this way. Can't even pull. I think we can pull out that way, but you can't pull in. Taking that corner, so especially with a flat tire. Is it left in it? Take the bucket off. Alrighty, try this. Hey. Yeah, that quick attach is held on there by law. There we go. Hey. All right. Yeah, pick it up a little more. Yeah. You're just gonna have him pull you? He can't just pull it? You gotta slow down, you're on his... Alright. I don't wanna mess up this hood more than it already did. Alrighty. We need a ride back, we got no vehicles. Oh, I forgot the strobes. Damn it, that would have made a difference. Hey, even for recording, reaction time was fast enough. But this is 2 years, 2 steer tire blowouts, and both tires were still fully legal, so.
Yeah.
Even the one on the black Western Star, this, yeah, she's getting 2 new ones. It's ridiculous. Well, I need to get 2 new ones anyways. Yeah. Makes sense to pass. There's no one. So right up on this corner here. What? We didn't even ask Robert, but I don't think he'll be mad at us. We'll pull it in his yard here. Hey, turn! You're doing a lot of steering. We got any blocks so we can get a jack under it after? You gotta hold your brakes low. That way this tire repair is not done on the road. I don't want that. We're getting a couple blocks since the loader's here. That way we can get a jack under it tomorrow. And I was wondering why this spot was damaged, because there was no damages on this hood. Because it just didn't make sense from the tire blowing out. That sucks right there. But no one will see that when we fix it. But this banged all the way up to here.